Hey guys, welcome back. Jared Lyles with Jared Lyles PC here in Silver Hill, Alabama. Thank you for tuning in today for our second video in this series on estate planning packages. Now, if you missed our first video, we talked about wills and just gave you some things to think about as you're looking at writing and doing your will. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the two remaining documents, an advanced medical directive and a power of attorney. Now, an advanced medical directive, most people still kind of commonly refer to that as your living will. And on some level that's true. An advanced medical directive is a living will, but it is also where you appoint a healthcare proxy, all right? So we're going to talk about both of those things and just to give you a better understanding of what all is being done in the advanced medical directive. So the first thing is the living will portion, and this is where you decide whether or not you wish to have life-sustaining treatment or food or water provided by IV if you are terminally ill or injured or in a permanent vegetative state. Okay, so importantly, it is life-sustaining treatment. This is not life-saving treatment. Nothing in this document will prohibit anything from being done to save your life. This is life-sustaining treatment. Treatment keeping you alive, really just for the sake of keeping you alive. So there'll be 4 questions that you have to ask: whether you want life-sustaining treatment if you're terminally ill or injured, whether you have life-sustaining treatment if you're in a permanent vegetative state, and then if you want food or water provided by IV in both of those scenarios. Most people that fill this out, they don't want to be kept alive by a machine, and that is the purpose of this first part of the document. But now the second part of the document is the advanced medical directive, is the appointment of a healthcare proxy. So this is the person that you're choosing to make medical decisions for you if you are unable to make them for yourself. Now, generally, this is going to be your spouse as a first choice, and then one of your kids as a second choice. All right, so in doing this and picking this, realize that you will have a couple choices. You can put 3 choices. We generally only recommend 2. But these 2 people will be making the decisions that you have set out here in this document. Making the decisions and following the instructions you set regarding, whether or not you want to, have life-sustaining treatment or not, but also be able to make medical decisions for you short of that. If you find yourself with any sort of dementia or inability, if you're unconscious, this person will be able to make those medical decisions for you if you no longer have the mental capacity to do so yourself. So this is a very important person to pick who's going to be making those decisions. We generally, would advise, if you're trying to decide between 2 kids who are both equally as good, pick the one that's closer, because they're going to be able to get to the hospital or doctor or wherever quicker. Now, one thing that we want, another question specifically for the female, or only for the female client, and you'll see why in a minute, but only for our female clients, it'll be asked whether or not you want these instructions followed before or after the birth of a child. So if you find yourself to be pregnant, do you want to be kept alive by a machine long enough to be able to have the baby? So that's a question that's asked specifically to women. I tell all my men clients, if you find yourself to be pregnant, it doesn't matter what you put in this document, they're going to keep you alive just to see what happens. So that's really a question just for the females. So you have two choices there that you list for your healthcare proxy, and again, most of the time family members make really good people to make that decision. And this document is as much for them as it is for you. What I tell people all the time is this document makes it very clear. If you're laying there and they're trying to make that difficult, just horrible decision of pulling the plug or not, turning off life support, they will have this document there with your signature, with your handwriting, telling them that is in fact what you wanted. Yes, please go ahead and let me go. The second document, and actually the third, but the second document we're going to talk about today is really a pretty easy one. It's a power of attorney. So this document is just something that allows somebody to make medical. So the second document we're going to be talking about today is a power of attorney. And this document is just a document that authorizes somebody to do all the things that you could do. It's not medical, it's everything else. It's handling your business affairs, writing checks, doing things like that. This power of attorney, now it's only good as long as you are alive. Some people don't understand that. this power of attorney is only good while you are alive, but while you are alive, this authorizes some other person to make decisions for you just as you could. The non-medical aspects. Again, this is generally a spouse and then a child. Again, I will caution you against having or wanting two kids to be a co-power of attorney. In my opinion, that's just a horrible decision, because you give two people equal power, two smart, well-meaning people can come to two different conclusions, and then that just puts them in a deadlock. And the only person that can break that tie, for lack of a better way of putting it, is a person in a robe, is a guy or a girl in a robe after money's been spent on lawyers. So really just be looking for, a first and then a second choice as power of attorney. And that really covers all the documents. If you watch first video and the second one, we've given you information on a will, a living will, and a power of attorney. And we recommend that you get all those, whether it's with us or anybody else. So if you have any other questions, if you're interested in getting that, please feel free to give us a call. Jared Lyles with Jared Lyles PC here in Silver Hill, Alabama. Just give us a call at 251-945-1492. All right, thank you.